I've never customized an official Mafex figure before, so this was completely new to me. Here's the official box to show its legitimacy. Ben Reilly, aka Spider Carnage, can still utilize the web shooters that come with the original figure. Everything that's from the base figure itself can be reused on Spider Carnage.
The following movie is rated R.
The video is gonna get demonetized anyway. YouTube just hates me. So who cares? Let's move on. When you start to use these normal hands, it gets a little bit weird like this YouTube video. But hey, at the end of the day, if you're into that and you like these interchangeable hands with a Carnage-esque type Scarlet Spider design, then cool. I feel like once it's the Carnage symbiote merged with Ben Reilly and you get all the goop all over him, there's no real going back in terms of the actual figure. Only the Carnage head had the modified peg. The original neck peg stayed exactly the same, so you can still add the original Ben Reilly head onto this base body. Still articulates exactly the same as the original figure, but you know, instead now it has all the goo all over it, which, you know, doesn't really make sense I suppose when you have him like this, but hey ho. The customer wanted an extra head, and using the Mafex head that was provided, since there's two in the packet, we ended up making the symbiote Spider-Man head. Quick size comparison, because I know how much people really love those. Using the Mafex bodies, they're very small, so therefore I don't quite think this works. Okay, so one thing that the customer told me was make sure that the symbiote goo doesn't affect the articulation. Make sure you don't have to prep. So when it comes to commissions, the pricing is based off how much prep work I have to do to get something 100% paint rub free. So if it's something like a Storm Collectibles, it's absolutely ridiculous how much I have to prep those to get them to be where they're at by the finished result. With Mafex, it would have been just as difficult to sand everything down and repaint everything and get it to a high standard in which it was paint rub free. So to reduce the cost, we went with pretty much keeping the articulation points free of any sculpt detail that would run any issues. So the head is just pop on, pop off, the hands pop on, pop off. The sculpt detail is around the waist and it's at the thighs and calf, but none of it runs into one another whatsoever. So therefore that brought the price down drastically.
I gather this is going to be short and sweet.
So now with the hands, I had to make sure that they fit correctly, which was a little bit tricky. And then not only that, but be super tight so you could pop them on and off without any kind of wear and tear. The head sculpt needed to be completely re-sculpted, so I had to Dremel it all out and reshape it and then create a peg hole that fit the Mafex peg. That wasn't something that was exactly easy, it was trial and error. And then this head sculpt is actually off an old 1996 Toy Biz Spider Carnage. The figure in question has absolutely no articulation, so taking the head off, manufacturing a neck peg essentially via a Dremel and just gauging its response, you know, plugging it in, making sure the plastic's nice and hot, popping it on. Can I get it off? It's a little bit tricky this time. We'll try again, Dremel, try again, trial and error until you eventually get a nice firm fit. And that also goes for the hands as well. Now the hands were reshaped. The claws were way too long and didn't have a sharp point, so I had to re-sculpt those via just cutting it away. And on those ankles, you may have noticed that it's the red and blue. Now they're stock, but what the customer wanted was the goo to merge with the ankles, so it looked a little bit more fluent. Again, we're not touching joints, we're not prepping anything. Even though there is paintwork here, I color matched everything. Speaking of the colours, the blue is a semi-gloss, and then all the symbiote parts are high gloss, and then the base figure itself is a matte. Now onto posing.
Hey, I'm walking here!
Oh yeah, Daddy.
And on that note, just want to thank all my Patreons. Really appreciate you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. More videos coming at you soon, and if you want to see them nice and early, then sign up to the Patreon. There is a link below. First month is free. Catch you guys there. Bye.